you're going to shoot, don't talk. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Spaghetti Western Jamboree, the stream where what do we talk about? We talk about Italian Westerns, also known as Spaghetti Westerns, also known as Euro Westerns, also known as Italo Westerns. Anyway, if you're not familiar with the genre, this is really not a bad place to start. You know, the movies that we cover here are always available down below in the link. In the description, you will find a link that will take you to a free version of tonight's movie. And tonight's movie is Sergio Corbucci's absolutely magnifique Companeros. It was the follow-up, really, I think, it was made after The Mercenary, which was made in like 1968. This was made in 1970 with a lot of the same cast, namely Franco Nero and Jack Palance are in both. Of the two, The Mercenary is generally regarded as the better film, but I like Companeros. I think that there's something just really kind of, I don't know, special, fun about this movie. It gives you the full range of the spaghetti western experience. But enough of my yapping. Let's bring on my boys. Of course, first and foremost, always, Matt. How are you doing, my brother, man?
I'm doing great, man. I can't wait to get into this movie. It was a great movie, man. It was funny seeing Django be a Swede, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there's another one you said where he was like a Polish dude, you know. He's like a white guy, you know what I mean, to do it. And man, that dude, he could bust some caps, dude. He just slapping that iron, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Franco is like one of the fucking greats. Certainly, like right after Clint Eastwood in terms of like the spaghetti western icons. And speaking of icons, Preston, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing nice good. Shirt. Doing good. Yeah, I came up with this idea a while back to do a butcher as like a comic book.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Really? And does he have any cool powers? Can he do any like cool things with this bone?
He's got a lot of boners. He does. He has a lot of boners that he pops. He's able to manipulate boners, is what I understand.
Damn, we should do that. Oh shit. Oh man, I've got my I've still got my pin somewhere. I misplaced it in the move, but I still have it somewhere. I am wearing my Jawbone Death t-shirt.
That's fucking metal as fuck.
Isn't that great?
I can't wait to read the ending of
that.
That
looks badass.
I opened it up and I went, oh jizz, and then I closed it real quick. I was like,
props to my man. Props to my man.
It's a really quick read.
Adam Lawson.
It's not.
I know, because I read it before it dropped. I read like 2/3 of it, and I was like, yeah, this is the tits. So I had to put it down, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get that book in the mail. You know, I mean, biker metal fucking comics. That's my bad.
Oh, dude, seriously.
Speaking of biker metal comics, you guys need to go and sign up for Preston's book, The Hell Knight. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. All right,
yes.
You guys do not want to miss out on this. He's gonna be painting up a card for everybody that signs up. All right.
Yes.
And that backs the book. So the link is going to be in the chat, guys. So
yeah, that's the important part. You have to back
sir.
the book. I'm not
just back the book.
Yeah, boy. Hell Knight's gonna be a fucking blast. And speaking of a blast, Pops, how are you doing, man?
Dude, my hat's soaking wet, man.
What happened? Did somebody pee on it?
No, I was at my grandson's little league game, and it rained, and then there was a rain delay, and then they played, and then we got rained on again. But speaking of shirts, guys, we're going to talk about shirts, yo.
Con. I mean, I personally want I want a Pops Marmalade t-shirt.
Popland Marmalade t-shirt? That's not a bad idea.
I would rock that shit.
We're going to talk to RJ about that.
I know, seriously. Yeah. So, man, so happy for that for RJ that he's out of that bad situation that he was in. You know, knock on wood, because he was in a bad situation, and I remember when he was just talking about this comics distribution thing when it was just an idea, and you know he just had like his first customer, his second customer, and now he has like a warehouse, I think.
What? Yeah, he's got a couple storage units and a warehouse, and he moved in. I think he's moving into the other side of the duplex instead of having a room on one side. He's going to have the whole other side, you know. But
I was praying for that dude, man.
Look, man, when I meet somebody and they tell me they got this idea, that idea, I like it, I push it.
Hell yeah.
And RJ, I've been pushing for damn near 5 years.
I know.
You guys know who wrote Dragonlance, right? Margaret Weiss and Tracy.
Absolutely. One of my favorite series.
Check it out, man. Margaret Weiss was on Twitter complaining about fulfillment. What do you think Pops did?
Oh, shit.
I sent her RJ's freaking link, dude, and told her this is the guy. If you don't want to do it, he will.
She put out a book called, like before Dragonlance, called Tale of the Black Sword, I think it was.
The trilogy?
Yeah, it was, dude. Yeah, it was badass.
It was awesome.
Dragonlance, that's not set in the Forgotten Realms, is it?
No,
it's actually it's dragons of universe, right? Dragons of summer, dragons of winter, dragons of
planet of Kryn. The planet is called Kryn, and there's actually a universe with other dimensions.
Oh, okay. Dude, and the brothers, the brothers are badass, like wrestling with the golden hourglass eyes. Dude, shit was badass.
Crazy. That sounds great.
I'm surprised Brian hasn't read that shit.
You want to see something?
No, I never. That's the thing. I was never like two kinds of books I always avoided, right? And this wasn't out of snobbery. This is just out of the fact that I was young and I was thinking I've got a lot of catching up to do. There are all these books I need to read. I don't have time for like Star Trek books, Star Wars books, movie adaptations, so on and so forth, right? Robotech novels and shit. No.
I got to show this picture to
I never got into Forgotten Realms.
What was
I got into Forgotten Realms, but Dragonlance was a whole different thing.
There's your wrestling.
That's
wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's a great one,
dude. That's wrestling, but it's it's crime. It's like I've had crime drawn so many different ways, dude. It's crazy. But that was Edwin Badillo did that. We made a tapestry out of that one.
We have to find somebody else to reinvent the Dank Dealer. We must reclaim the Dank Dealer, dude. Because that shit was too fucking funny. That's a fucking,
know,
that's still a fucking hilarious
It
idea.
was so good, and I can't even show it to people anymore.
I know.
It's
It
sad.
sucks. Look, man, I felt bad for everybody that suffered because
Well, I
of
mean,
that
it
piece of
it
shit.
only affected me in the way that he's somebody that I'd like, would try to help sell something.
Right. Dude, nobody knew. And then people that are like getting on people's asses for working with them, it's just like, really? It's like, what? They have a connection to the FBI. They can do fucking like background searches.
What are you talking about?
I spent the day, Brian. I got to tell you guys this. I went back in the YouTube channel, and I have covered over 1,000 and probably closer to 2,000 campaigns in the last 5 years. I went counting Crime Cons and Monday Madnesses and all the shows that we do that promote people, which is a lot of freaking shows that promote people. And I quit counting at like 1,400. And I had a lot of shows left to go. Okay.
That's cool.
Dude, this blows me away. This whole thing blows me away that there's that many campaigns in the last 5 years that we've talked about.
I know. Well, it's a space that's opened up. It feels like it's kind of slimming down now. That is to say, I don't think there's as many people throwing their hats in the ring. A lot of people disappeared. But there's also always going to be people coming through the door because there's always going to be people that are going to want to make comics. Total non sequitur. Total non sequitur. I got to mention this. I didn't know this, but in reading the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu omnibus, this big friggin' cinder block.
Holy crap!
Right here, check that out.
Oh shit!
On the back, symbol of Shang-Chi, Brothers of the Tiger, Iron Fist.
Fister.
But what's great is reading, and of course, interior art. You've got covers by, interior art by like Dick Giordano, freaking Neil Adams covers out the ass. But one thing I didn't know is, remember when there was this big explosion of Filipino talent?
Yeah.
Right? It was like
phone in and stuff.
Once again, it's like with Latin America, I'm always like, well, what the fuck is like what's going on down there that they're producing all these great like comic book artists? Right? Like, is there something? I asked Adrian when I met him at the New York Comic Con 10 years ago. I was like, bro, like, is there something in the water? Like, it's insane. Out of 9 out of 10 of the people that auditioned for Six Gun Gorilla, like when I got it down to like the final few, they were all like from fucking Latin America. But that was like back when there was the Filipino invasion. How did the Filipinos get all into comics? Because the U.S. Army was stationed there. And so the GIs just left their comic books behind. And those little kids picked up those comic books and read them and fell in love with them. And then they grew up and then they started drawing comics themselves.
What up, Sim?
What up, Sim?
It's got Lucky Luke right there, huh?
Yeah, I brought my lucky avatar where he shoots faster in the shadow.
Are you underwater?
Hey, I got a question.
Smothered to death with a pillow, dude. We can barely hear you.
Oh no, it's because it's my camera.
How long does a sign up pre-campaign last on Indiegogo?
Typically, I mean,
like before Indiegogo cancels it.
I think 6 months, right?
No, that's not.
It was 5 months back in like last time I did it, but that was like years ago. So
is that better?
Right. Because I did have one closed on me. Right.
Is this
better?
But
I don't know for sure what it is now, but I'm guessing it would probably be around 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
They said it was 6 months. It used to be a year.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Damn, man.
How are you doing?
Belated happy birthday, my brother.
The Hellzone campaign is still up. Pre-launch campaign is still up.
How long has that one been up for?
About more than 6 months.
Oh, that's cool though. Well, I mean, that's good, man. Like, it's a good way to build, Yeah, man. That's one more fucking year, man.
Oh,
hopefully. That's what's up.
That's the thing is that it used to be a year. They reduced it to 6 months. I don't know if they changed it back or something.
No, I mean, one more year for you, brother. One more year for you.
Mm.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously, bro. And
yeah,
yes.
I'm 35 years with 13 years of experience.
Yeah, this year I'll be having my 650th birthday. That's how I like to think of it. But yeah, mailed out some more gorilla figurines. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, see, I feel like a douchebag now because I didn't paste one together to show on camera, but I will sometime in the near future.
next week or something, or next show,
For sure. Okay, so did all of you guys watch the movie? Did all of you guys seen
Companeros?
Companeros?
Yeah, I've seen that. Great. That song was pretty bad. Like anytime something like badass happened, they would play the theme.
That fucking theme kicks in. Ennio Morricone, fucking the man.
Dude, I was bumping that shit at Dunkin' Donuts in the drive-thru, loud as fuck, dude. About 2 hours ago, getting my coffee. I love. This movie was pretty dope, dude. I liked it. It kept going. I love seeing Jack Palance in here. Doing like a Latino accent.
Oh my
god. I mean? It's quite unfortunate that him and Burt didn't do a movie because they're both Indians or Native American, descent. I was always just thinking about the both of them. I don't know why, but
you know what's funny? Jack Palance's his accent in this. He plays, of course,
Cuban, right?
Pot smoking, one-handed, a falconeering,
a
killer who's also a chronic pothead. He's always
fucking high as fuck.
Left.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he likes this little torture shit, and
he's sadistic.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Now this is a fun one, man. Unfortunately, I had to break it up over a lot of different viewings. This is one that I wish I could have just chilled and watched it all because they went a lot of it was like a quest movie, A lot of these movies are, but I don't know, man. It was cool just seeing a different stranger in a strange land. I'm always down with that,
Oh, for sure. And the plot to this is real simple, right? You have Franco Nero as the Swede. Previously, because like I said, this is almost a remake of The Mercenary, the movie that Nero and Corbucci did before this, right? Except instead of Thomas Milian, you had Tony Musante. And Franco was always like, I don't understand. It's like the Old West was full of accents, right? Everybody was speaking English, but everybody was speaking English with a different accent.
100%.
So, why can't I? Of course, he had seen the dubbing for Django, and he had seen the dubbing for Texas Adios, which were two westerns, his first two westerns, right? And he was just like, "Fuck it, I need to learn English." And so he learned English, and from that point on, you watch any Italian movie that's dubbed into English, it's always his voice.
That's gangster. No, he sounds good in here too. I was like, damn, I wonder if that's him. Because he sounds believable as a Swede. You know what I mean? Because there's different word pronunciations and things like that. He didn't get it 100%, but he is definitely like for a movie, it works. You know what I mean?
It's an unidentifiable. Yeah, it's sort of like a generic European accent.
Yeah, Euro default.
Right. So previously in The Mercenary, he played the Polak.
That's what I was like. Didn't he play Polish?
Yeah. Sergei Kowalski was the name of the character.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
It was Polish. And for this one, of course, he's the Swede, and AKA the Penguin.
Dude, Milan was funny as fuck.
Character.
Dude. So funny. Was the character that Milan played? Was he as funny as fuck in that movie? That actor? Or
no, he's not in that.
Oh, but a different actor plays that character, right?
Tony Musante.
Okay, was Musante as funny as this motherfucker?
No way.
Okay, yeah, this motherfucker was. I was smacking my knee like just calling him Pinguino all the time, and just the shit he would say. It's pretty funny, even for like the time of the the era. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm not as stupid as I look.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite lines in this.
Well, there was some line he was talking about, like
a lot too. Like when he's leaning down, he's hanging down to get the Swede off this gallows, right?
Yeah.
And he starts like playing around with his face. He's opening his eyes. He starts singing. Your sister, she have beautiful blue eyes, blue like the sky. All of that shit was freestyled. All of that shit was totally improvised.
Well, that Vertigo scene, you know, where Nero's like choking and he's like being hung. I think in this picture that we're seeing in the background, which looks awesome, like almost very Pinosian, that had some more inks on it.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, I have vertigo. I can't get you." And I kind of like thought he was being. He's like, "Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Just fucking with you." Like, I don't know. That part, yeah.
Be surprised.
It was funny
because the character he plays is so inherently comic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, you remember in the last spaghetti that we did, he portrayed this cold-blooded, psychopathic, sadistic murderer, serial killer, basically, right?
Yeah.
And he was completely and totally menacing,
mm-hmm.
right? Because Million was a method actor, so he would look for the things that were dark inside of himself and tap into that, right?
Yeah, he's good.
But the guy could also do fucking comedy, like a fucking.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, dude. He's like he really makes an impact when he's on a movie. He made an impact in that fucking movie. I don't know if he did the paint. Did he do that that crow paint? Was that him?
Yes, that was his idea.
No.
He created the looks.
He's so far. He's been like the visionary of Spaghetti West so far that I've seen. Again, because I haven't seen all this. I'm just mainstream, you know, basic dude, bro, dad, bitch shit. You know what I mean? So with this, I'm like, damn, dude, this guy's bringing all kinds of stuff to these roles, and he's funny. He's fun. The spontaneity, the character development. He goes there. Like, I don't know, man. He's really doing it.
Yes. There's a reason why he was a huge movie star.
Yeah.
In Italy, right, and in Europe in general. And the guy could do anything. The guy could do cops. He could be playing villains. He was doing a lot of comedies too. The guy was just versatile as fuck.
Oh, this is the gunslinger from that horrible ass movie.
Yes. The guy that made the movie. Like, if he wasn't in the movie,
villain,
he wouldn't have had shit. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he brought that fucking that black metal like crow paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit was
little shit like that. You know, like he's thinking. And I was in this movie, he was funny. He was actually funny as fuck. Like, there was a couple of scenes where I was like, kind of like, you know, I was smacking my knees on it. You know?
Yes, genuinely fucking funny. There's something about movies like this, the really good ones, that are just good for the heart.
Yeah. Like when he ditches him on the train, he's like, "Ah, motherfucker!" He like leaves him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's fucking. Oh yeah, no, it's.
Nero was funny too in here. Like, it was for me, it was kind of like a low key comedy in some regards.
Oh,
you know?
Oh no, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you know what it really is. If you want to get down to brass tacks, what Companeros really is, it's a buddy movie.
Yeah, totally, dude. And I liked how they fucking fought all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they're always fighting
back and forth.
This fool's getting tortured. I think by like the turtle. Like, they're doing the old like medieval times.
A
like
rat, although it's clearly a
trying
guinea
to dig
pig.
its way right into his tummy, like from the fucking Spanish Inquisition type jazz. So he's doing that, and he's fucking. I don't know if he's high. I forgot if he was high on something, but he's laughing hysterically and getting tickled at the same time, but also getting tortured. You know, and Nero and the professor, or the fucking smart guy or whatever, they're wandering off. Santos, and they're wandering off, and you know, they hear them laughing and screaming, and he's tripping. Fuck him, let him, you know. And I don't know. I thought he did a good job doing that. And Jack Palance there with his wooden hand, you know, just like fucking with them and sadistic. It was different.
Right? I mean, look, the thing that's so great about the Spaghettis is their eccentricity, right? Mm-hmm. They're eccentric as fuck.
Yeah.
Especially the Leone movies. He was maybe the most eccentric filmmaker ever. I'm not talking about in terms of like private life. Private life, evidently, he was like a very kind of a boring guy. There's some artists that are like that. They're just not very interesting people, or at least they're not like.
They keep the drama out of their life and they put it in the fucking art. Is what they do.
Yes, David Lynch goes to bed every night at 10 o'clock, and his favorite food in the world is McDonald's.
Hey, Walt Disney, great artist, right? He ate a fucking can of chili.
Right.
That's what he had. He had a can.
Well, he's probably complaining now because the price of McDonald's food went up.
I would be. $60 for 4 people over here. And still hungry. Yeah, that place is fun.
You could go to a real fucking restaurant for that shit,
$60, bro. And, I'm just like, fuck that. I'm not going again.
No,
But,
you go to a real restaurant.
But dude, as a kid, you got to give them a fucking Happy Meal. It's just like you get the toy, you get the Happy Meal. No one does Happy Meals anymore. Like they don't do kids meals with toys really. Like a lot of places don't do that. You know, as a kid,
shitty now. Like I got one for my daughter when she was little, and it was like the worst Happy Meal toy ever.
Yeah, they're pretty lame. But when they're tiny, when they're small, like 4, like I don't like they're look at this, like it's awesome. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cool.
Right.
You know, they had some cool ones when I was a kid, like very few, but it was just like I want it. You know, like
right. You want to delight your child.
But not now. It's like
dude, Cracker Jack had a bunch of cool toys. Too.
Dude, they had the fucking
Cracker Jack.
I like when they used to have those glass mugs.
Awesome. Dude.
They had the Star Wars Harrison Ford like change ahead, like when the Stormtrooper one that I had to go in. It was either Cracker Jacks or one of those. Oh,
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I like those Batman. Yeah. What was the Batman's Forever?
Well, you never expected anything big from Cracker Jack, but it was still cool. Like you get a little magnifying glass, you go burn some ants. You know?
Hey, I always say a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing.
I forgot about that. You got a point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying that.
A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. Just real simple.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't expect a Cracker Jack toy in a McDonald's Happy Meal. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you're getting now. You know?
Oh man.
Totally,
so
all you get now is fucking transferable tattoos, man. That's it.
Yeah. And that was cool too with Cracker Jack, because you get those tattoos and you walk around with tattoos all over you.
Oh man. Yeah.
This shit was funny right here. And Brian, I was laughing. I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be funny, dude. It's supposed to be funny.
Nice.
I mean, there's a ton of fucking humor in this.
I mean, I was outright giggling when the horses started running the dude. I was like, yeah.
Funny as fuck. Yeah. No, this is fucking one of the best spaghetti westerns I've seen.
Right?
Very entertaining, you know. Fun.
The funniest part is that his head ends up under the wagon, but the horses pulling the wagon didn't get him.
Yep.
Dude, and those fucking horses, man. They those are some good acting horses, bro. Like they fall like at the end of the movie, the epic conclusion. Like damn, like they had those horses.
Oh, with the explosion, yeah.
Yeah, like just they know when to fall, and like dude will come up with the machete and like hit the horse.
Like stunt horses.
The stunt horses are the bomb.
Yeah,
dude.
And the fucking Spanish stuntmen were fucking chads. These dudes were fucking lunatics, but they were reliable as fuck. And like I said, you'll see a lot of them in small roles as like goons or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because then when they're playing a goon and the goon gets shot, you don't need a stuntman. It's the same guy.
Right.
That's the way that they saw it. And they were just fucking chads, man. They were like absolutely meticulous in their craft, which the same guys also, you know, remember the Battle of the Mounds in Conan the Barbarian? All the crazy shit that you see with the horses and that, same guys. Absolutely the same guys. There's even like the guy who is Conan's slave master is a Spanish stuntman turned actor named Louis Barbu. So it's still like, you know, remember this is like 1970, right? So this is what 5 years before like the beginning of like the end of the genre, where
it's weird too, because like if I picture like a Conan movie, it has to look like it was filmed in the 70s, even if they were to make it now.
I know, right? Yeah.
Like, it has to have that look. Like they're doing that with the new Kingdom of the Apes. They're actually doing the widescreen, like the 100 and something millimeter, and then they're putting that old filter on it a little bit. For some reason, it makes me feel like old. Like at least like I don't know, man. Like it kind of gives it that look.
Well, that's one of the cool things about AI, right? Like I always thought like the coolest invention, right? Mm-hmm. Aside, like when you're a little kid, to me, the coolest thing, the one thing I always wanted was like one remote control where I could just turn on the TV and watch any movie I wanted at any time, no restrictions, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? That would be the shit. And what else would be the shit?
Or control like that could control your whole house. I seen that on like MTV Cribs with Tommy, like from Molly Cruz, like "Welcome to Tommyland," and he had like a Starbucks in his house, and like he could control everything with his little.
That's what Alexa's for.
Yeah. Now you got that.
Right. But God, now I forget my point completely.
Well, you had your controller that you could watch any.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you had a camera where you could just hit a button and it's just like 1920s, 1920s sepia,
Oh yeah.
1940s Technicolor, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Isn't that what the filters are for? Like,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah,
like
I
whenever
did
you
that.
use filters.
That's what I'm
And filters
saying.
too.
That's what I'm saying. We're at that point now where they can start making new video look like old film.
That's what they're doing.
Hasn't
like
been perfected yet.
Yeah,
hasn't been perfected yet, but it will be like very.
I don't know. Some of those Grindhouse movies look pretty badass, dude. Like,
with the print damage and everything. Yeah, it's you know, it's not as good as being able to like actually find like the old film stock and shoot all that.
I'd like to do that, man. Like, I'd like to make a Western, like, I don't know, man, and like do all the props and you know, I'd love to make a Butch Lee.
The thing is, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It takes a lot of fucking care for it not to start flaming. Depending on
yeah.
Those old films, they're dangerous as fuck.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
they have fumes and they light on fire and nothing.
And well, I mean,
the silver
I've
nitrate
always heard they turn to vinegar.
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Or is it like they kind of melt and that they smells like vinegar?
Well, no, they used silver nitrate to develop the films back then. That silver nitrate doesn't age well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. I mean, that's what blows my mind. Like whenever I watch like an old Shaw Brothers movie, those movies are fucking pristine. Every single one of them, dude. That's because obviously they just fucking put that shit into a fucking temperature controlled vault, like all of their old shit.
Yep, they have no choice, otherwise it just goes bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I like about what was that? Inglorious Bastard. That's what they used to burn down the entire fucking theater.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the whole time you guys were having this conversation.
Yeah,
but I didn't want to. I didn't want to name drop.
You know, I've never seen it.
So. Stream. Yeah,
it's totally not by Tarantino, by the way. Totally not.
it's from yeah.
It's from that guy. We shall not mention his name.
Look, like I said, not
Juan
a
Torano.
And look, I'll say this.
You're talking about Toretto, right?
Yeah, he is.
He gave Enzo Castellari, the director of the original Inglourious Bastards, a role in the movie. Right? He gave Franco Nero a role in Django Unchained.
And he gave Sonny Chiba a role in Kill Bill.
Sonny Chiba in Kill Bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
love me some Kill Bill.
Gets a little respect from me. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see why it needed two movies. It could have been like a 90-minute picture. It would have been perfect.
Oh, Bill?
It depends.
Like the two.
It's two genres. It's two different genres.
Yeah,
that was the purpose. It's two different genres, totally.
First one's Kung Fu, Hong Kong, and all that martial arts, samurai, and a combination. Second one's like a Western.
And my man Gordon Liu is in there too, as the White Lotus master, the Kung Fu master. That's my boy. Anybody who hasn't seen the 36 Chambers of Shaolin, shame on you. Go check that out ASAP. That has like the most badass fucking training sequence ever. It's literally the entire second act of the movie is the fucking training sequence. But it's the most badass fucking shit you've ever seen in your life, man. Shaolin monks are fucking hardcore military. Real quick, let's take a look at the trailer for this. And also, I gotta fucking hear that fucking song, man.
¡Vamos a matar, compañeros!
I just wanted to mention Fernando Rey. I don't know if he's familiar to you. Does he look familiar to you guys?
Oh yeah, I know he is.
Ever seen The French Connection?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like
That's
the villain.
Dustin Hoffman.
He's
That's
like
Dustin
the French.
Hoffman.
He's like the French dope dealer. Is what he's best known for. But remember,
Are you sure that's not Rain Man? That looks like Rain Man.
It's not. You're talking about Fernando Ramos, the guy on the right, the old dude, bro.
I know. I'm just fucking.
I know.
Isn't that Stallone's dad?
The one on the left? I get it.
That looks like Stallone's dad on the left.
Stallone.
Oh,
Stallone.
no, the dude's nose is all out of that.
Iris Bourbon, man, tell me she is not fucking smoking fucking hot. And that's the thing too. It's like short hair. If you're a chick, you need a really pretty face to pull that off. And boy, she's pretty.
I think you need what's called boyish good looks if you're going to be able to pull off that
She
short
doesn't
hair.
look boyish to me at all, man. That's all.
She reminds me of that girl that played in Lockup.
Shit blowing up. Can't have a spaghetti western without shit blowing up. There's always dynamite somewhere.
That sounds like a T-shirt for the show. There's always dynamite somewhere.
Now, Morricone said that when he made the score for this movie, and for all of Corbucci's movies, that he wasn't doing the same kind of thing he was doing with Leone's films. He said his sound for the Leone films was unique to the Leone films, and he wanted to make sure that he was treating Corbucci with like the exact same degree of respect and give his movies their own sound. In this, you'll notice in that song, it's fuck. Let me look this up really quick because this was in the special features, and I found this shit really, really interesting.
That boy, Phil's out there, huh?
Phil?
What's up, Phil?
Oh, what up,
We
Phil?
don't talk-
Brother?
Yo. What's
You're
up,
not
brother,
allowed to
man?
talk to Phil. Phil's canceled.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't talk to Phil. He's canceled.
Yeah. Let's move on.
We don't
Let's
do
move
that.
on. Nothing.
Phil, please leave the chat
Nothing
before
to
you give
see
us a bad
here.
name.
What's
Hola,
up,
mi
Phil?
compas. What's up, Phil? Hey, man, if you want the link or something like that, shoot me. I think I dropped it in the horror movie. if you want to hop in. But if not, too, if you want to hang out, that's cool too. What the fuck was I just saying? Yeah, man. Bam, boom. Jumping in the shower. Oh, it's all
Don't slip.
Don't slip.
That's stupid.
Don't pick up the soap. But yeah. Fuck. What was my point? Yeah. So Morricone put a lot of. You hear like a lot of organs.
Yeah.
And that chorus. Vamos a matar compañeros. He said he based it on a Gregorian chant.
Okay. Yeah, it was very chanty.
Right.
And then it starts crescendoing like towards the end.
That's kind of like how that's supposed to go.
That's dope. Yeah, this fool was brutal too, man. Like, he's chopping homegirl's hair off.
Well, yeah, he gets. Yeah. Well, the thing is he wants to hit her.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's immediately fucking smitten with her. Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And then he thinks mistakenly that she's just hopped into bed with the Swede.
Yeah.
Right? So this guy comes in, fucking, is muscling around on his territory. He's moving in on his woman the way he sees it. So he gets angry and, he wants to smack her around, but he doesn't. He cuts her hair off instead. But then we find out later that he keeps it with him constantly.
I dig that beret. That beret looks badass.
Yes.
He probably rolled up in there too, like when the casting, he's like, "This is my costume. This is my costume."
Oh,
Exactly.
dude, this is in the yeah. Here's the thing about Million. He said that the look for the character when he put it together, because he would always put the look together for the character.
Right.
He said that was about 70% of his job. He said once I had the costume.
No, I agree. Like in a lot of different ways, you know, like the character to me, it's like a lot of things, you know, it really characterizes and just builds things up, you know, like the character I showed you the other day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know, man. And then you got to have that fucking silhouette too, you know, but for acting, I don't know, man. Like it just helps you get there, you know, like probably 70% of the way. I mean, we're fucking with characters with comics. I mean, that's no like, you know, falsity, right? And then we're writing. You have to immerse yourself in there, and then maybe you're
like the characters, everything,
right? And you're putting those clothes on in your mind, right? And like, okay, does this work? If you could think of all the technicalities. Oh, how does this hat fit? How would this hat fit? How heavy would this duster be? How would these bullet, you know, belts on my shoulder? I don't know, all that stuff.
Two of the most important things when it comes to, I don't care if it's movies, comics, whatever. If it's a visual media, is to have an amazing villain. An amazing fucking character design. You know?
Yes, dude. 100%. I think, what are they gonna say? Like, oh, that fucking shit sucked. The story sucked, but damn, that character looked pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like for artists, like I'm gonna come back because for me, it's the character design that sells the book.
Well, let's put it this way: like Death
kind of
Proof,
whack, but
part of it, yeah.
Death Proof wasn't an amazing movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
it's pretty slow.
The car, which was in there for like just the first like 5 minutes of the movie, you know, was the shit. And that's what sold me on the movie. Like, I want to see it. And also like fucking, what's his name? Playing a stunt driver.
Yeah. He
Help
was
me out here. It was
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
He was the part, right?
Exactly.
That's a good one. You know, like you can't go watching that like when you're like 18, 19, you got to wait a couple years. That's probably when I came out around that time when I watched it, you know. Now it's like, oh, I fucking love that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a disturbing premise. I just don't think it's a really good movie.
Dude, I love that scene when
that's what I'm saying. It's not a good movie.
When he hits the car and you see all the limbs going apart and the face getting crushed by the tire. You're like, and the wiggle in it. Like, you're like, oh, dude, that's so fucking sweet.
Yes, no, that stuff was great. That stuff was great. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The story itself, if you read that on a script, you'd be like, I ain't making this into a movie.
For me, I would have had more of that.
It felt like two movies in one. It felt like two movies in one. Like you had the story of the killer, the driver, which is the one that should have been the main focus.
Yes.
Instead of going like, oh, let's be full feminists here and empower those girls.
Right.
Like that's just the only part. And don't get me wrong. That fucking stunt lady, what's her name again? I forgot it. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
I know you're talking about the Australian, right?
Yeah, dude. Come on.
This was before all the woke shit.
Props.
So it never really bothered me like that.
Yeah.
You know, they had
it was like 90s fucking woke.
Yeah, it was like
90s liberal.
I think he was just trying to find something that was different. But I'm telling you, like the script itself was terrible. The things that sold you immediately was Kurt Russell in a fucking car. That's the only thing you had to see.
Yes,
but Russell's still alive doing some rated R shit. Hell yeah, you know.
It should have gone with because it had both of the Grindhouse movies, right? Which you know that bombed because it was a double feature and people didn't know it was a double feature, so they walked out.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either. I was like,
yeah,
it's a double feature.
It
was a fun experience though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it. I watched the movies, you know, when it came out on video.
It was so fun.
I thought Planet of Terror was fun.
I like that one more.
I thought it was kind of stupid. Planet of Terror.
Really
great, it was stupid.
Awesome,
it was fun.
Like exploitation premise.
It was definitely exploitive. But going in, you seen the terror, and then you have the fucking the intermission previews, like you know, the one with Nicolas Cage. You know? Thanksgiving, and, you know,
the fucking Rob. That's the only Rob Zombie film I think I could ever honestly say I absolutely loved is the fake trailer that he made for like
for the movie
Werewolves of the SS.
It was so cool, and then you have the other movie pop on
Sybil
after
Danning
that.
In there, dude.
It was really cool. And I was hoping they would do another Grindhouse like double feature. They just did the Machete after that, but I was hoping they would do two movies. Like, dude,
there was
a real disappointment.
There was Hobo with a Shotgun as well. That was part of it.
Hobo with a Shotgun was all right. I kind of dug
that was more inspired.
I was not crazy about it,
but
like
it was
a knockoff.
I That was okay.
Yeah, it was
okay.
okay.
I've never watched it. I refuse to watch it because those.
The only reason I watched it
the one with Rutger Hauer, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only reason I watched it was
Rutger. Yeah, you gotta watch it, Brian. I'm a hobo with a shotgun.
Like I'm one of the guys that like Split Second.
Yeah, no,
I like
too.
Split Second too. Very Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow, and you know what I mean. Like that movie was a straight up, and also Heavy Metal and 2000 AD. Ian.
I fucking loved it. Man.
So like, how could you not? You know.
For sure. Yeah, but his name, by the way, means beret.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's El Vasco, the beret.
Right.
And he said that he would in the interview about this movie, he said it's like, the hat is a great prop. He's like, if I pull it down, he's sort of scowling. If I have it up, he's sort of lost. That kind of a thing. He was somebody that really, like I said, he like once he created the costume, he said he had the character. Beautiful blue eyes, blue as the sky. That's his cheeks. Right, and then we've got fucking Jack Palance as the fucking pot smoking
Bond villain, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. This is definitely one of the wilder characters, and he just goes completely fucking off the fucking deep end in terms of just fucking absolute fucking scenery chewing. Right?
Yeah, I love seeing him in here, man. Like as a kid growing up, like it was always just cool to see him in a movie. Ever since Batman, it kind of that's how maybe we can cut a deal. Like it's really got into the character.
My number one man,
Jack.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was in so many fucking classic movies. The oldest movie that I can remember him in is that he's the hired gun that comes in from out of town, and Shane. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. If you haven't seen Shane, it's one of the greatest movies ever made. It's like, it's definitely in terms of like Westerns, top 5.
I was supposed to watch that like a year ago. Was it,
it's incredible. Steve
Dye and all this were on the show, and they told me I need to watch that, and I never got around. And then you and a million other motherfuckers like, go watch that movie, and I never got around to it. I'm a piece of shit.
No. That's just another one that's on your list that you need to check off.
That's like the one at the top. It's like, but I can never. I'm just.
Oh, dude, there are plenty of movies that are on my list that I haven't watched in years. I have like DVDs I haven't that from like 20 years ago that I still haven't watched. I
want to see his Dracula movie. I haven't seen his TV Dracula. By the way,
Matt,
is that the dude from Hawk the Slayer?
Yes,
he was the villain in Hawk the Slayer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's badass, dude.
Dude, when he died, he was doing one-hand push-ups on stage. He was like 80 years old. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, man.
They put Hawk the Slayer together in a month. Like that whole movie was filmed and done in a month. Like
that's pretty.
Did you read the comic book? The comic book?
No, never. I didn't even know they had a comic book.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I really enjoyed it. Like that's the kind of comic book I would love to be doing. That sort of shit, right? Like sequels to movies that were never made. would be to me is a really fun subgenre.
You were saying, Sim? You said
I was just gonna say, Matt, I convinced Brian to give a second go to the prequel to The Thing.
Yes, definitely check it out. Everybody check that shit out.
Damn, evidently.
I watched the black and white. The black and white was pretty good. I kind of dug it. I thought it was
right. The OG one.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm just like doing like a search for like the Jack Palance push-ups video, and evidently
from the Oscars. It's from the Oscars.
Yep.
It was also
I remember watching it live.
Me too as a kid.
He did the one-hand push-up on the Oscars. I remember it.
What a fucking Chad! Do you know he like knocked Marlon Brando the fuck out?
I wouldn't fight him. He's fucking. He's just like a bad. Like I like those actors that like you don't know what the race they are. Like
yes,
you don't know. Like he's like Lou Diamond Phillips, Rob Schneider,
right? Racially ambiguous.
yeah, dope.
Yeah. That's
He's just like a badass.
Yul Brynner was
Yul
one
Brynner.
of those dudes.
What is that guy? Mysterious.
Omar Sharif.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this guy just seemed like a fucking like you knew he was like strong. You know what I mean? Like and Dracula. I can't wait to see his Dracula movie, man. I'm really looking forward to that. Like very
good.
Very physical in the role. You know what I mean?
He was in Buck Rogers too. He was the villain in Buck
City
Rogers.
Slickers. That was like his big last movie. Curly, remember?
That was his.
Thought I was dead, didn't you? Like he was so good in that first movie, they had to make a sequel and bring him back as his twin.
Yes, as his twin, as his twin brother. I'm not Curly. I'm Curly's twin brother.
Yeah, and he's such a character like Walken or Nicolas Cage, where like he has his own voice. You know what I mean? Like you can impersonate him. You know, such a character. And it was crazy seeing him in here doing a Latino. Like I'd never seen him play a Latino. You know, a pot smoking hippie, not a hippie, but fucking stoned ass fucking Latino dude, Cuban
dude. This is the funny thing. His accent is so fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
In this, that you didn't even catch it. He's supposed to be Irish.
He's supposed to be British.
What about that accent to you sounds Irish?
Well, I thought he said he was in Cuba.
It's all over the place. But it's all over the place, like in a really funny way.
We said he was Cuban in one part, so I was like, okay, then that's.
No, they were in Cuba.
To me, it sounds okay. Well, I always thought he was
in Cuba.
A Cuban,
but he's supposed to be ethnically from Ireland.
Ireland.
That's a testament to how fucked up his accent is in this.
Yeah,
it's not you. It's that fucked up accent. It's one of the funniest things in this movie.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the Jack Palance role that I relate to the most.
Oh yeah, I could see that
because he's baked the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally bizarre character, and he just completely fucking sits his teeth into it.
He's like the OG fucking Antoine Chigurh from the country now.
Yeah.
Got the haircut.
Yeah, I mean, look, this fucking song slaps, right?
Yeah.
Anytime in the movie when shit pops off, that theme fucking comes in.
It's like you hear it, you're like, yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, like if you're not really down with the charm of like Spaghetti West, you're like, that shit's fucking annoying. But then like if you're into the shit and you listen to it, you're like, all right, okay, that's cool. It's very Spaghetti Western. And then like after like the 10th time you hear it, like you're singing that shit, like, yeah, this shit's dope.
Yeah. Not a doubt.
I want to hear a metal version of this.
Oh yeah, I could already hear like 3 different subgenres of it.
Bruharia could do that. Bruharia would be the perfect band.
Yeah, I would. I mean, it would sound. Yeah. Or you know who a good Latino like metal band, like new metal, or just fucking was Il Nino. Like they had three fucking drummers and they had the congos and shit. They were on the Freddie versus. They had the Freddie versus Jason single, which is the best movie soundtrack of all time.
That's fucking.
But
they're
like that dude has a good singer.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it fucks the crow up.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was all Roadrunner.
No, I'll check it out.
Roadrunner Records did the whole thing.
Always looking for new shit.
Fucking yeah.
Favorite moments is Jack Palance. When he came out, he did the push-up.
You go out there and you do these. You do these right here. Motherfucker. Get in there, yeah.
What a fucking chat. What a fucking stud.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
What a fucking Giga Chad.
I remember my dad was like, "Come here, Matt. Look at this guy. This is Jack Palance. Remember Batman? Look at this guy. He's like 7 years old doing push-ups." You know. We used to watch the Oscars, man. It was a thing at my house back in the day. My dad, he's a big movie guy. Growing up,
Yeah. This wasn't a movie that I never saw this on television, right? The Mercenary, oddly enough, was one of the non-Leone spaghettis that you would see on TV occasionally, right? I mean, there was like a handful of other ones.
Yeah.
I could think of maybe like 4 or 5, but this is one of the movies that I didn't see it until it came out on DVD. It's back in like, I think 2000 or so. Anchor Bay. They were the shit. I mean, they didn't give you a lot of extras, but he's a little poster reproduction, scenes, and there are extras on the discs too, which are the important thing. They were sort of like the poor man's version of like the Criterion Collection, I guess you'd say. But these movies had never been on VHS in America, and suddenly, boom, they were on fucking DVD. And now, of course, they're all over freaking Tubi. Watch all of these movies for freaking free. It's like best time ever to be a movie lover. Best time ever to be a horror fan. Best time to be a spaghetti western fan. That's for fucking.
There's a lot of free streaming services. I get lost just looking for something to watch sometimes.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Add that to my list. Add that to my list. It's like you don't even find what you're looking for. You just keep adding stuff to your list to watch later. You know what I mean?
Did anybody see that new movie, Polar?
Yep.
No, I want
the dude from Hannibal.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, I was telling you guys. I was telling you guys to watch it the other day.
The assassin one, right? The assassin.
Yeah, dude, that shit was awesome, son.
The one that comes out like the best version of Nick Fury ever on screen.
There's no movie better than this movie, dude. I'm sorry. There's none. It's so fucking badass.
He does a western too called The Salvation with Negan as the villain.
Yes,
but it's another. Isn't that in another language or something like that? Or
no.
And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Polar is actually a Dark Horse comic.
It's a comic. Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, that dude, like he's got the perfect
look.
look.
To be right. Oh yeah. He's. I think Razorfist was saying he would be a good Solomon Kane and then a character from his shit.
I love the scene when he pretends to be the repair guy.
Yeah,
he's going on the fucking job and he's using the fucking drill. Guy comes out, takes out the fucking hammer. Hey, what's with the fucking noise?
And then very underutilized actor.
With a fucking nail gun.
He attracts his fucking target to him, and then realized that it was a setup for him to get killed because and he had everybody
scared too, dude. He was like, "Hey, look, you motherfuckers set me up. You better not be a part of this."
But he calls the chick, you better not be part. No, but he calls her, goes, "Send the money."
Yeah,
send me my payment.
Dude, that dude looks like a 70s like metalhead. You know what I'm saying? Like a singer for like a 70s metal band. Yeah.
And that hallway fucking scene kind of puts that Daredevil one to like borderline shame. And it's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit was sick. Like he's like, and my wife was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna fuck this chick. He just picked her up." I was like, "You don't think this dude knows what's going on?"
Yeah, when you say comic book, it's gonna have some twists and turns on you.
I was like, he totally knows that. He already knows they got a hit on it. What, in the middle of nowhere, there's going to be a chick half naked, like trying to fix her car. I was like, he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I love the scene. I also love the scene with the gloves.
Dude, that's some superhero shit right there. So
they're all cornering him, and you see him taking up the gloves, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you see all the fucking guns.
Yeah, dude. She's walking away. She thinks he's getting lit up, right? And she's just walking into a fucking bullet just nails her right in the back, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
You could tell like they put a lot of love into that one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude,
it was so badass.
When I watch it,
comic book adaptation, like an indie, they do. You know,
because once in a while I always like do a search of like comic book oriented movies that I don't know. Because I'm curious. I like to like ever since I watched The Losers. And there's a few others like Red, like those movies. Like I never really heard about it.
That was the one I was like, I love History of Violence.
Netflix has been putting out some, History of Violence was badass, but Netflix has been putting out some pretty badass spy movies. Like they had that dude,
The Extraction, bro. Oh my god,
Styles from Teen Wolf, the TV series. Like he's in one, and dude, and this he looks completely like he's fucking built. He's like ripped, and he's like a serious because. Like him and his girl were hanging out on a beach, and these fucking terrorists just storm the beach and pop his girl in the head right in front of him and shoot him. So this motherfucker, he goes home and he's like total vengeance, right? He's like fucking martial arts classes. He's like fucking doing, and so he stages to get he grows a beard and he pretends to be like a fucking terror, like a wannabe terrorist. So to get into their group. He gets captured, and the FBI is monitoring this motherfucker the whole time, and he has no idea. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they're like, "Yeah, I think he's trying to be a vigilante or something. Like this doesn't seem right, Like this doesn't smell right."
Dude, did you see Extraction with Hemsworth on there?
Check it out, dude. The dude that trains him in that movie is Michael Keaton.
Oh,
Michael Keaton's in this motherfucker, and he's the shit, son.
Damn. What's the name of this movie?
Oh fuck! What is it called?
It's the new Styles. It's not the old Styles, right?
The new Styles. Yeah.
Okay, I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but dude, it is fucking sick.
Elite something. I was gonna say Mads Mikkelsen from Polar. He's kind of like very Jack Palancian, where he's like the Jack Palance of Scandinavia. Like,
yes, he is.
And I noticed, like, is he Asian? Like, I seen him in fucking King Arthur, the Antoine Fuqua one, the one with Clive Owen. He played one of the Knights of the Round Table, and he was a falconer or a hawkener, something like that. And he had like he kind of had like a Mongol, kind of Mongol like feel to him a little bit, even though they were Sarmatian.
I thought the dude was kind of a weird choice for Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? But
oh my God.
But he pulls it off, right?
He does. You know, he pulls it off completely.
I hear he's the best. Like everyone that like loves the Hannibal books and watches that show said he's the best Hannibal.
When you kills was sick.
Brian, did you get to watch Shisu yet?
Oh
no.
Okay, put it on your fucking list after Polar.
Is that on streaming?
It's on Prime, and then you got to find it through some other shit. But dude, it's like the best. I think it's the best movie of the year.
I know.
Shisu, yeah.
Shisu, Preston, go watch that shit.
SISU. I'm sure you saw it, dude. It's the guy that's he's looking for gold. And he comes across.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that, dude. That is a fucked up movie, dude. That is
watch Polar, and then after that, watch Shisu, dude.
It is. It's one. I can't believe Brian. What's wrong with you? How come you ain't seen any of these movies, dude? Like, you're supposed to be the movie. This is your channel. You're supposed to be the movie guy, and you haven't seen Polar, Sishu, or fucking.
Because that's the new shit.
I'm losing faith,
dude. There's
but dude, it's the new shit. It's the new shit done like it's the old shit. So go watch it.
I will. Thank you very much, motherfuckers. God damn. No fucking pleasing you fucking dudes.
No, we're not getting you getting away with the fact of not watching those goddamn movies.
No, I'm probably gonna watch at least one of those tonight.
Start with Polar.
Start with well, I mean, look,
it's easier to find. It's on fucking
Mads
Netflix.
Mikkelsen movie. The best Mads Mikkelsen movie that I've seen is actually a drama. It's called The Hunt. That is on Tubi. I know for a fact. Watch that, but prepare yourself because that is a drama, and it really. I mean, there's moments in that are just so fucking cold blooded because it's about this guy. You
got to watch Polar.
What was that?
I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You got to watch Polar. Right. That shit is cold-blooded, son.
We'll see. I can't imagine it being anything more cold-blooded than the church scene in The Hunt. That shit's fucking cold-blooded. Definitely put that on.
Check that out.
But like, don't watch that like expecting a good time because it's not that kind of a movie. It's pretty dark. Let's see, what the fuck was I looking for? Of course we got to show some fucking Jack Palance getting his weed, getting his fucking smoke on. Let's see.
Did you show all the art already? You showed it. I saw you kind of go through some of it, but
I think so. Here, hold on. Yeah, I did actually. Okay. Yeah. That I just.
Do you know a more amusing way of killing them, John?
Now that's a part that is like the bandito turned revolutionary, but still really just a fucking criminal. That's like a stock character.
He's in a couple movies, right? Like I've seen him already. Like this is probably the third movies we've seen him in. Where he's the villain.
He's one of those faces that you will see.
Damn, so dope.
Again and again and again.
Oh, like I could just imagine like that would be kind of a cool life, like playing these fucking villains in these like spaghetti westerns, bro.
Oh my god,
this fool's eating good, bro. Like and having fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard work. They're working a lot of
Well, yeah, but you can tell like back then, like this was all labor of love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like dude. What movie company is going to tell the actor go create your character?
Right.
You know? So nowadays, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Thank
that used to be a thing.
Thank you.
That used to be a thing back then. It's like, hey,
I don't know. Let me check it
Through a
That's
committee
right.
before they come up with your
Better.
character design. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, I would much rather walk into a cinema and watch this, having seen it already like many times, than watch something that's than watch like a Marvel movie or something.
Is it approved? Is it approved by the producers in the committee? I don't know. You're gonna have to drop the wooden hand and the joint.
Exactly. And remember, you're talking about an Italian set, right? These guys were largely communists, right?
Yeah.
So there was no class system, right? So if you were like the director or like the star of the movie and you acted like you were better,
I like that though. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that. I don't like.
Dude,
I don't like communism, but I like the whole work ethic of the artisan on a set of a fucking movie. That's fucking dope. Everybody's on the same level.
Agree.
You know?
I totally
as long as they respect the director.
I have to go. So
all right, Sam, it was cool.
Hey, Sam,
speaking with you, brother.
Once again, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
I also agree that happy birthday, brother. I also agree that people need to respect the director's vision because
for sure.
Like Carpenter, I was watching an interview with them from like a week ago, right? It's a new one. And he's talking about like people need to just fucking let you make your movie. Like, don't listen to anybody. The fucking prop guy will come up. The janitor will come up. That shit looks stupid as fuck. Everybody has an opinion. And the hardest thing in Hollywood is to fucking keep your vision, you know? So if you're working on a movie, listen to the director. You're working on a comic. Who's making the comic? Who owns the comic? Listen to them. You're there.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like if it's the director's movie, go for it. But if the director's taking something that's been around for 20 years, maybe think about making it like the thing that's been around 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
What, you don't like the Cal Arts Thundercats?
I've never seen it. I never seen it.
You didn't think that was fly and dope and everything?
Cal Arts. I never seen it. I have no idea what it is.
The characters always look like this. They always have their hands in front of them and these blank expressions like
that's so horrible. Oh my god. Horrible.
It's like Tumblr. It's Tumblr art is what it is.
I can't get down with that, man.
Yeah, it's fucking horrendous.
Like some art just like kind of like
garbage.
Like I see a book sometimes at the book off or the comic store. I'm like, this okay, Vikings. All right, cool. All right, this looks dope. This sounds dope. Let me open it. I'm like, I flip through a couple pages. I'm like, I can't get down with this art, you know, and I just close it up and I'll put it back, you know, and it might be a dope ass story, but for me, I'm a visual like fiend, you know. So
me too, actually. Yeah.
It sucks. I don't like that about this.
Well, that's what threw me off about like Doc Alpha #1 was I didn't think I was going to like the art. I was like, I don't know, but I was like, you know, it's lit. So I'm glad I took the chance on it. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the one case where the writing trumped the art. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
and it'll happen too. And like I know I picked up books where like the art wasn't what I liked, but the writing was probably there. But again, unless Brian or like Preston or Sim or Pops are telling me to go and fucking recommend it, it's gonna go right back on the shelf. So
well, that's why I always say that you guys are at least 5% more important than we writers. Because
I agree.
I don't agree at all. I think it's a 50-50 give. You know what I'm saying? They tried it. They tried it both ways in the 90s. You had a company completely based on art, fucking failed. You had a company completely based on like just writing, and it failed.
Here's the thing. True. It's a collaborative medium, right? And I think that's how the Italians approached it, right?
Right.
So when Corbucci's working with Million, right? He's giving him this freedom to create this character. It still has to have his approval. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But he knows that he's hired the right people and people that he's worked with before, so he knows. You hire the person that can get the job done, and you let them do the job.
You need your buddies. Like you look at Robert Rodriguez. I love his movies. Carpenter, he's one of my favorites. He brings in his buddies. Tim Burton, I liked his movies a lot growing up. I mean, I still do. He brings in his buddies. You know what I mean? You have that shorthand, and you guys know how to make art together, and you're cool with it, and you respect each other. You have a studio together. And it's just I don't know. I think it works better that way.
You would much rather, when you consider how many people are involved, right? Consider how many people are involved. That's why like Romero always, like, rather than sell out to Hollywood, preferred making you know, he did the occasional Hollywood movie, but whole life he spent making independent horror movies with the same group of people. So it was always like, hey, getting the band back together again, and
Hollywood indie. That way you could feed your family, have some cable, have like a house, you know, with a backyard, and then you make your indie with your homies. Boom, Hollywood indie. Like 3 years on each one. You know, that's what I would do.
It seems like a lot of Marvel writers are doing that right now.
Yeah, that's the way to go, man. That's what
check this out. Romero made more money writing screenplays that never got made than he did actually making.
Even screenplay editors make like $200,000 a year or more. Screenplay editors. I'm like, fuck, I should have like got into that somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Dude, Hollywood's not that far from where I live. I'm like, fuck, man, maybe I should have took some writing classes.
Well, that's also because Hollywood isn't interested in making new movies.
No,
like all those new movies are going into the bin. You know,
it's all CIA shit. It's Hollywood CIA mindset. It's a mindset of CIA. So they take they take the product and they shelve it, and they also gatekeep shit so you can't make it. So there's all kinds of good stuff you could do. But for someone like me, I would write shit. So here you go. You can go fuck that and lock it up and burn it. Give me my 200,000, and then that would be
honestly what people aren't saying is that why even go through the Hollywood process? Why don't just make the movie and put it on YouTube or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Preston, I'm going to make a movie before I die, Preston. I will make a movie before I die. I promise.
There's so many people that do that make indie movies and just.
I'm making it on my phone.
There's a whole channel dedicated to indie movies. I forget what it's called. They had a chick that was that tried to get me to do a movie poster for her, but she didn't want to pay for it. And it turned out she had a lot of porn in her movies.
Oh, I was like, fucked up, man. You would have been
like straight up raw, straight up porn scenes, in the movie.
Easy.
It was I can tell you right now what the movie station is, but it's like the Wild West on this website where it's like everything gets made. You know what I'm saying? Like the good, bad, the ugly, every fucking thing.
Yes, as it should be. The only problem with that is then it makes finding the good shit so much more difficult, and you've got all these.
Cream's always going to rise to the top. My
friend. It will. That's why my man Chris, if you're listening, much love to you, brother. He always says that like we're gonna know what to watch right now 10 or 15 years from now.
Yeah,
he's right. I always think about
it takes a while, dude. Like fucking I mean 100%. Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, I mean Carpenter's a special case because I don't think there's any filmmaker I've ever seen whose movies age better. Like it's crazy. Where his movies, like some of his stuff that I used to think was mid is actually awesome now.
Yeah, dude. And there's a lot of undertones. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm like I don't know. Like it's weird. Like sometimes I'm like I got to go back and watch movies. Like movies that I liked a lot, I don't like. Movies I didn't like, I like now. You know,
the movie station's called Trauma.
Different person. You know,
Trauma.
You change your time.
Trauma. That's what
Trauma.
It is. Trauma.
Yeah. Trauma. Fuck yeah, dude. Those
Trauma.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, dude. They have
movie, man. That one fucking awesome movie, and then everything else from that point on, pretty much dog shit.
I kind of like poultry. I kind of like Poultrygeist a little bit.
What about the Killer Tomatoes? Killer Tomatoes wasn't great. I mean,
well, dude, hey, bro, I grew up in the '90s, so they made some money. They caught some money off of the Turtles, right? So they made the Toxic Crusaders. So I had all those toys, and I fucking love that cartoon. Awesome. And it's on Tubi, so I watch it with my kids. And it's all my kids love it, and I'm like, damn. And the toys are cool. Like, I don't know. I covered it on the show. And,
awesome.
Dude, Preston, they got the remake coming out with Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones.
That's so good. Really?
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that shit. It's done.
I wonder if a bunch of little people are going to go watch that movie, considering Peter fucked them out.
Well, he's the only guy that's allowed.
Yeah, you're right.
To play little people.
I forgot about that.
He's the only one.
He was fucked up. He's like a great actor, but he did fuck his whole like.
I think he's a brilliant supervillain.
Competition.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he would that ladder up after him.
He's the big man's plan.
Lex Luthor of Hollywood is what he is.
Eric Powell's Big Man's Plans. That's him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Peter Dinklage. Like everybody's like, oh, Peter's an ass. No, dude, he's a genius. Like he made it to where he's the only little person that can be hired.
He gatekept his entire fucking like race, dude. I hate to say race, but it's kind of like his own species.
But it seems like, but the optics, it makes him look like he's defending him.
Yeah. It's like, nah, dude.
To all the big people, it looks like he's defending them.
Yeah. But nobody gets to work but you.
Right. And also, like dwarves, really? Like that's where we're at. As the guy who played a dwarf, a literal, fantasy dwarf in 2 fucking movies.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Prince Caspian and fucking Thor.
Yeah, but I can tell you exactly what he thought. What was going to happen? It seemed like he was trying to tell people, like, don't play dwarfs because it's racist. Really, he was.
I played dwarf.
He was hoping. He was hoping that Disney would cast him for all 7 parts and just digitally alter his features.
Right. Oh my God.
I don't know.
That'd be funny if that was true.
Probably auditioned for all 7 parts too.
Yeah, he did gatekeep his race or his culture or whatnot.
Those group
up, dude.
Right. Like there's no such thing as race, right?
He's a genius. I'm telling you, he's a genius.
Whatever.
Society.
What if I came out and I said it's racist to hire artists to do comics? You know what I'm saying? Except for me.
Yeah, that's the same shit.
Well, you're an indigenous brother. You should be like the only one that gets to draw like Native American stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? Whatever.
You're Native American, Preston?
Everybody
needs to stay in their lane.
I am. I got a card, but I also have I got a pretty convoluted bloodline, but it's not as mixed up as most people. Like grandmother, 100% Italian. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, Norwegian.
Damn.
My dad's side is Houma Indian. You know, my grandmother. My grandmother on my dad's side, a pure Houma Indian, and my grandfather Brazilian. You know, on my dad's.
You got 4. You got the 4 mix. That's good, man. That makes you stronger. The more like diversity mix you have, the stronger you are. My kids are a quarter Mexican. I'm just a bunch of stuff. I'm like 1/16 Cherokee Indian. Yeah. My mom's on my mom's side, like those a chief, I guess, allegedly.
Turns
so
out,
like
I got a card saying I'm Indian. Like I got the membership card.
So we tried, but we couldn't get it because we didn't have enough of the drip, like enough blood, you know.
Really?
No.
Holy shit, dude, that's crazy. No, they gave me a card. Like they open it up every now and then. You just go.
Dope.
You know, you got to prove your bloodline.
Are you? What part of Italy are you? Sicilian?
Fuck, dude, I never researched.
Look into it because
my grandmother was second off the boat, I think, or something. Like second generation. Like her grandpa, dude, she had some horror stories too. Like she had a horror story about her father. Like they were actual immigrants, right? Well, I think she had 2 brothers and a sister or something like that. And one of the brothers, her dad beat him so badly that he died in the bathtub with spinal meningitis. You know, instead of bringing them to a doctor because they didn't trust doctors. Like you want to see real racism. What real racism was back then was Italians. You know what Italians and Irish.
And the Irish. You know every new immigrant wave. Every single one.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Fucking what's his face?
But they did come in legally. I want to make that clear. Like it wasn't like they just snuck into because it was impossible. Like they had to go through Ellis.
Right.
And then
Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, was amazing dude. I mean, the guy did everything. It's fucking crazy the life that he had, right?
Yeah.
But he wrote an essay where he was just like, these German immigrants, man, like we're gonna be speaking German soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody says that, but the deal is that whenever
single wave gets the same fucking shit.
It's the American way. It's the American.
It is.
Yeah. But the deal is that every time you bring somebody else from another country in, it's funny because it's almost like you're getting the best of the best because they bring new ideas and new innovations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. Dude, that's as a culture, as a society, that's our greatest strength, without a fucking doubt. Because you don't realize how homogeneous shit is in other parts of the world until you go to other parts of the world. You're in Sweden, everybody's fucking Swedish. You go to Switzerland, everybody's Swiss. In Spain,
well, that's what George R.R. Martin said because they had somebody stand up where he had a Q&A.
Yeah.
And they were like, how come it was one of the episodes of you know, fucking whatever, Game of Thrones. And they were like, how come everybody in that episode's white? And he was like, well, we were filming in this part, you know, and he was like, and, you know, we had to hire the natives, and it's not like America where there's a bunch of different, like everybody's white over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it was, we're going to pay to import, like, you know,
fly people in first class. Yeah.
Crazy.
Just like if we're going to go shoot in Morocco, you probably want to have like, you know, the people that are from that area or
right.
Egypt or something.
Well, that's what he said. We would have to hire Italians. If we're shooting in Germany, we have to hire Germans. It's not what you think. You know?
The one thing that you will not find in a spaghetti Western is a Mexican.
There's one.
Gilbert Roland. Right. Yeah. And I think he was in like 2 movies. I think he was in
make a book about him, huh?
Right? What was that?
So someone could probably write a book about just his role in the Spaghetti West, probably like a little 50-pager.
He only did 2, but he only did like 2 movies.
Because that's kind of interesting in a way, right? Like you got one fucking Mexican in the Spaghetti West. Like I think that could be like a cool like a little graphic novel, even, you know, like a little zine. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, you had Mexicans usually being played by either actors or sometimes even American actors. But you would look at like one of the things that's great about these movies too are the faces of the peasants, right?
Yeah,
because they're all they look like real faces. And you'll notice that too in this movie, right? When they're like, you know, the people are voting at gunpoint, like, who do you vote for? They say Santos. They get put in front of a firing squad, and you know the camera pans the faces of all the peasants. And it always lends an air of authenticity. It's like, are those people Mexican? Obviously not, but they look like real people because they are real people. They are the people.
It's not easy to make a movie all the time.
In
you know?
Almeria, Spain.
Yeah. It's hard to get people to look a certain way in your thing, you know. And if you're the director, you're like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm doing this in my vision. Like I could see, like you got to be brutal like that, you know, like
right.
The director's the general. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's how I would be, dude. Yes. Like I would just cut out all emotion and this is my vision. Fuck you. Sorry guys, I love you, but fuck you. This is the shit. Like I have to do it this way. Otherwise it's going to be convoluted as fuck.
Well, everybody has to be making the same movie. Evidently, the worst thing that can happen with a director is they show up on set and they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. Like I was on the I was one of the guys in SuperCon, right? And so they had the catering service that comes out. And they, you know, if you're an extra, you know, you have to go in one line, and they usually have like jambalaya or something like that. You know, if you're part of the cast or crew, you get like filet mignon. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of the extras, because they had a ton of fucking extras on that movie, went to the wrong line, and the catering services, like they were like, get the fuck out of here, like telling them shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you want to eat, you go over there. How do you like that, huh? And then, you know,
wow.
So the director was doing an interview with a couple of buddies of mine, you know, over at Mohawk, and he was like, well, you know, we witnessed like, you know, this happening over at the catering service where, you know, somebody went in the wrong line and they yelled at him and told him. He goes, who? he said, you know, just one of the caterers over there. He's like, come with me. And he said, I want you to pretend like you're like we're doing a panoramic. He's like, I want you to point out the motherfucker that did that, you know. And he did. He pointed the guys out, and he fucking fired all those motherfuckers that day.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. It's like if I was making a movie, I'd probably have like maybe 2 meals, and everybody eats the same fucking meal. All right, you'd probably have.
Well, that's kind of what it is, but they divide it up. You know, it's a class system. Of course, it is. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I like these motherfuckers, because they no, we're all sitting down here. We're at our benches. We're at our thing. We're fucking eating together. You know, we're talking shit. You know,
they're cooked together.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They didn't have caterers.
Well, they had their Mamma Mia's too, though.
All
that bomb-ass food, you know? It is different than out here. You know, maybe I could see if it was in the South somewhere. I could see that maybe happen.
Well,
definitely not in
L.A.
Wrestling,
westerns. Like, it seems like you have a smaller cast. Than,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on certain days, it looks like, there's a big cast, but like most of them, it's just like a few guys. You know what I'm saying? With some horses. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Apocalyptic landscapes. You know what I'm saying?
So it looks like you can get away with doing like a kind of a home feel to the whole thing, you know, but
I mean, look, the thing about these movies is they have a feel, they have a look, they have a sound, they have a charm.
Yeah, they do.
That when you fall into them, it's like familiar territory. If, of course, you're a fan of these movies.
I hate to say it, but it feels like they're in a shared universe. I know it sounds kind of lame.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not at all.
It kind of feels that way.
Spaghetti West is its own place. You hear me say that all the time, dude.
Mm-hmm. No, I know, and I use it too whenever I talk about it. I steal a lot of shit from you, Brian. I'm just like, it totally feels like it's in a shared universe.
Yes. Like in a dimension where the Old West is like dirtier, meaner, nastier,
hellacious.
Just nobody's fucking safe. Little fucking kids, priests, anybody can get fucking murdered at any fucking moment. Like it's 100,000 times more violent, and just and nightmarish in a lot of cases. But yeah, this movie was a hit, and
I can see why. It kind of was different and fun, you know, and it had action and gore and shock and awe and sensation. You know, it had a lot of stuff in it. You know, drama. It had all the stuff you want from a good night out at the movies. You know, so fucking two horns up.
I'm glad that you got off on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I gotta fucking there before we go. Let's see.
Yeah, well, I am going to be bouncing pretty soon. I got Preston Acevedo and Chimera on my show tonight.
They'll
be talking about Testament 3. Yeah, so I'm going to be setting that up.
Yeah, I got to bounce too because I have to go do something with
you fucking motherfuckers. Goddamn traitors. No, it's all good. Matt, tell everybody where you're piecing out to.
Going to my show or my channel, we're going to be having on Preston Acevedo and Chimera. They're going to be talking about their book, Testament 3, where Preston does all of the artwork painted in the main story. And if you guys want to check out my books, it's like Westerns. It's Gothic Fantasy Western, Butch Cleaver. You can support my channel and me right here. Get these books. Very indie. Check them out. And thanks, Brian, for having me on, dude. I really appreciate it, bro.
Thanks for being on, brother. Much love.
Metal Movies and Brewskis. That's what we'll be at.
Movies and Brewskis.
I'll see you on the other side, brother. Yep. See you on the other side.
Peace, guys. So,
Preston, where can people find you?
Metal Music and Brewskis in about 2 minutes.
Okay. we shall be there.
Sweet.
With bells on.
See y'all in a minute.
Peace out, man. Pops.
We didn't talk about the movie much, Pete.
I know. No, we talked enough about it, but of course we always get into little digressions.
I know.
What did you think of it? What do you make of it?
I just noticed that you showed the scene where dude gives her hair back.
Yep.
And I was like, that to me was like one of the coolest scenes in the movie. Is like dude held on to her hair even though he was pissed as hell at her when he cut it off.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't go throw it in the fire and shit. He held on to that.
Yep. Yeah, no. I mean, it's like he's such a fucking dumbass, right? And I mean, the scenes where Franco Nero and Fernando Rey are like exchanging, the professor, they're exchanging glances, right?
Yeah.
Just like rolling their eyes over how fucking stupid he is, how ignorant he is. But he has heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's ultimately just a very likable character. And it's just funny watching him get punked out You know, like on the train.
Pretty much.
Oh man. Yeah. So everybody, go check this out. There is a link down below in the description. Click on that. It will take you to a 100% free, unedited version of this movie.
Or if you got Tubi on your TV, just go type in Companeros.
Companeros. Yeah, you don't have to put in the fucking the tilde over the N. I was like trying to finagle that before I sent you the information, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck the tilde. Dude, tell everybody where you're at and what you're doing and what's going on.
Oh, it's the Madness Comic Network, and it's just all action every day, different stuff. We got an auction this weekend on Saturday, but other than that, it's all the normal programming. If you know what's up, we got open draw streams. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Fullness.
RPG. We do have a new RPG game that we're starting tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We're going to do Call of Cthulhu Paper Chase.
Oh, wow.
So if you're one of them people that can get up by 10 a.m., I know this ain't you, Brian, but if you're one of them people that can get up by 10 a.m. and you'd like to join in on a live stream RPG, we have a blast doing it, man. It's Chris from Laughing Rogue, Gods of Metal. You know, Chris, he does Game Master the game. We always have a good time, man. 10 a.m., guys.
Awesome. May you run into some deep ones.
It's always fun. It's always fun.
Everybody, you can catch me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau, on the Twitters at Brian Christgau. Here, of course, on the YouTubes. Ring-a-ding-ding-dong, the bell for notifications. So you click the subscribe, spank the like button. It helps with the algorithm and everything. And until then, Pop's going to take us out. Peace, love, and metal. Metal.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
The future. The final frontier. It has never been so uncertain as now. AI, VR, haptic wear, nanotechnology, mass destruction with a remote click. Now we are finally seeing the true potential and dangers of an ever-connected and overly policed hyper-technological world. Have we finally become the architect of our own demise? Is there still hope? Welcome to the future. Welcome to Punk Droid.
Glamorized and embraced by Hollywood, feared in the underworld, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was one of the most powerful men in America. He was also one of the most hated. The man who gave birth to Las Vegas was gunned down in the luxurious home of his glamorous lover. Almost 80 years later, his murder remains unsolved. Who killed Bugsy?